I actually realized that you have Chief Experience Officer instead of Chief Executive. Why do you have experience instead of executive?
Well, the reason behind calling myself a Chief Experience Officer is to demonstrate that I'm responsible for ensuring that our customers get the best experience. So it is my responsibility to ensure that in the organization, we give the customers a wonderful experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite new to me because I haven't actually heard it anywhere.
Yeah.
So this is my first time. So, okay, good, Mr. Bello, Chief Experience Officer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would want to know, like, basically out of curiosity, like, has this always been what you wanted to do, like, tell your success story to the world?
Well, for every entrepreneur, you always get to points where you want to share your story with the world. You always want to get to points where you also want to share your experiences for upcoming entrepreneurs to learn, and also for the wider business community to, of course, to get to know some of the things that you're doing. Some will pick lessons from what you're doing, some will pick challenges from what you're doing. You get people who want to follow what you're doing, and then even out of that, you also get clients.
Okay, so with that being said, can you actually give us a background knowledge about who Mr. Bello is so that people can get a clearer understanding?
Oh, okay, so briefly, I'm from Kaduna State. I'm 43 years old. I read political science as my first degree, and then a master's in policy and development studies, all from the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. Started off my career in the development sector as an advocacy and communications professional. Spent about 10 years working with international organizations across Nigeria and Africa, helping to mobilize resources for the fight against AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, and also working on policy projects and advocacy projects for family planning across the 36 states of Nigeria. Before, in 2017, I left, fully set up and run Beltina Group.
Wow. So more like you are a humanitarian, an activist, and so many others.
Well, business has always been what I've been doing. Even while in my undergraduate days, I did run a business. So I found myself in the development sector, and I used my business acumen to be able to do what I did over there. Principally, most of my role in the business and the development sector hovered around partnerships, resource mobilization, and advocacy. And you know, you can't do those things without a business acumen. So it's a mix.
Yeah. So let's talk about Beltina. So give us an understanding of what Beltina Group is about.
Okay, so we are a print and packaging company. We started business in 2015 when we set up a small shop in the popular Area 10 printing community.
That was when?
2015.
Okay.
Yeah, we started business in 2015 with the sole aim of doing general printing, and then we moved on from general printing into specialty printing, printing artworks and canvases like you see on the walls here. And then we also moved on to become a Canon certified partner. We involved in the sales of Canon printers, copiers, and cameras. And then we're recently diversified into packaging. And basically what we do in packaging, we do flexible packaging, which entails production of bread nylons for bakeries, production of bottled water labels, the bottled water you drink, the labels you have on it, we produce that. And also food packaging, so anything you want to package, be it gari, be it yam flour, plantain flour, whatsoever, we can produce the packaging for you.
Wow. Beltina is a global thing though. So
Hopefully.
what inspired the name Beltina? Because at least I know your name is Mr. Bello, so where is the other one coming from?
Well, so it's a combination of my name and my wife's name. My wife's name is Augustina, so we just...
Wow.
So it's the shots of Bello and Tina. Yeah.
So currently, how is Beltina? What phase of business would you say Beltina Group is in currently?
Okay, so we have established ourselves as one of the leading print companies in the city of Abuja. In terms of general printing, digital printing, we have made a name for ourselves over the years since we started business in 2015. And recently we saw a need in the market, especially in the area of packaging. there is a demand among small and medium enterprises in Nigeria for international standard packaging for their products. You have companies who meet those needs in Lagos and the southern parts of the country, but here in Abuja, you don't have companies who do that. And we felt it was necessary for us to come into that field to be able to meet the needs of SMEs who want to package their products to international standard. Over time, we've experienced a lot of these companies who have products that they want to sell both locally and abroad. And they want to give it that kind of packaging that makes it look standard and professional. And they go around looking for where to get their packaging services, they don't find it. So we saw a need and we felt it was necessary for us to bridge that gap.
So well, I saw a need and you decided to offer solutions.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yes. So what makes your style of production unique or basically the best?
Well, for us, one of the major things that has guided our operations is innovation.
Innovation.
Yeah, we always try to be ahead of our competitors in terms of how we innovate. We're always bringing in new equipments. We're always bringing in new technologies into the market. We're always looking at the trends in the global printing industry and adapting some of those practices locally. That has actually given us an edge in the industry.
But has there been challenges on this aspect that you have actually mentioned right now?
Well, there have been challenges, of course, because normally at times when you bring in a new technology, when people are not familiar with it, it takes some time for people to get used to it, except for those who also understand what you're talking about. So, for example, when we pioneered canvas printing in the popular Area 10 printers community, not so many people gave us a chance at that particular point in time. Canon had just released the machine in April of 2017, and we bought it in August of 2017. And when we started printing canvas and artwork printing, not everybody gave us a chance at that particular point in time. But we kept to it, and today in the city of Abuja, when you talk about the best place to do canvas and art printing, you come to Beltina.
Okay, so with that being said, because right now I just want to understand this clear in terms of what really makes your clients come asking for more when it comes to having a first-hand experience on your production and your work and they want to. So what's that wow factor for Beltina? Well,
for us, the wow factor is the fact that we're able to go the extra mile for our clients. The fact that we give them exceptional quality when it comes to printing.
I just want to know, is it based on what they required and you're now going the extra mile, or they just don't have to say anything and you're producing it?
Well, I've been privileged to work with the best of the best organizations.
Okay.
And in my previous life as a development practitioner, I've been privileged to manage several print projects. So I know the standard.
Wow.
So when a client comes to me asking for a product, I know what to give the client. So you don't necessarily have to tell us. We know what is the standard and we stick to it. We make sure we give you what is the best standard. So that has really worked for us. We've had series and series of referrals, people calling us to say, oh, this person gave me your number, that person gave me your number, and things like that.
So let me guess, that's why you have the chief experience. Okay, good. So what actually prepared you to becoming to this, like you getting to this point that you are now maintaining a particular standard?
For me, I've always loved to be an entrepreneur. So let me tell you something. While I was an undergraduate, I was running a business.
Okay.
In school.
What kind of business?
I was selling computers.
Are you computers
used
or fairly used or
both used and new? I would go to Lagos and buy computers and come and sell them in Zaria.
Wow.
So it has always been part of me. I've always been an entrepreneur. So, you know, even when I came to do my NYSC here in the city of Abuja, I'd already made up my mind I wanted to run my own business.
Wow. So I must say you have a calling for entrepreneurs. So,
yeah.
So what are you actually doing in terms of raising young people, young entrepreneurs?
Well, for me, like I always say, leadership is about giving the platform for other people to succeed. And what we've tried to do in the company here is to give the best minds the opportunity to demonstrate their capabilities. the ones whom we've recruited, the ones whom we've made leaders. We're trying to give them that platform to be able to make decisions and do things that will give them the necessary boldness to become what they need to be. And then besides that, also, I'm involved in mentoring different entrepreneurs. Some weeks back, we were at Abuja Enterprise Agency for an experience sharing session with a group of entrepreneurs. So we have created that avenue to support other upcoming entrepreneurs.
Interesting. You know, I like the fact that we are actually, the conversation is getting to this point because I know that for this company to be where it is right now, there are different departments and there are different ideas and mindsets that came together. So to you, what are the things that you actually look out for in terms of choosing people to work with or who are going to be working for you?
Well, we look at a lot of things. We look at entrepreneurial traits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the number one, the entrepreneurial traits. Okay.
Yeah. We look at the fact that you're not just coming in to be just an employee, but you're also coming in to be someone who sees yourself as part of the company. So you're not just coming to work for your daily pay. You're also coming to be part of the building process. Besides the fact that we try to look for expertise in what you do, which of course is given. We can't employ you if you cannot do what you said you were trained to do.
But are there cases where you have people that have zero knowledge of what this is about, but they are actually passionate about this and they want to be part of the industry? Do you permit such people?
Well, we have created rooms, opportunities to train people here.
Okay.
And we've had instances where we train several people. And I think we have, like our foreman at the factory came in as a student here, and today he's a foreman in our factory. Probably when you get to the factory, you get to meet him. So we've had several people who have passed in here as students, and we've trained them. We've given them the opportunity to learn all the skills that they need to learn. And besides that, we've had several employees who have worked here that today they are in different organizations doing exceptionally well. So for us, when we employ, we don't just employ for the sake of getting an employee. We also try to create that other avenue to build up your skills so that by the time you leave this place, you are much more better.
You know, I based on the things I've actually seen you do, I must tell you that your work is quality.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's one of a kind.
That's what we're after.
I'm glad and privileged that we are actually having this conversation here on 7 Initiative.
Yeah.
But I know there are a lot of people watching and they are like, okay, fine. They are thrilled by what they are hearing and what they are seeing. And they just want to know how they can be able to, you know, venture subsistently into the printing industry. What can you say could be the base requirements for them?
Well, anybody that wants to join the printing industry, I think the most important thing is passion.
Okay.
I am in the print industry.
I thought you were going to say have the entrepreneur spirit.
Well, that's part of it. But I think the passion is what drives a lot of us in the print industry. For example, I have a passion for colors.
Wow.
So when I do a job for a client, when it comes out, the beauty of the colors is what inspires me. And that's what keeps me awake every day. That's what makes me to wake up every morning to come back to work. Because I'm excited when I see the beautiful colors I'm able to achieve for a client. So if you're coming into the print industry, what's the passion? What's the underlying passion? Not just because someone told you that, oh, there's money in the print industry and then you want to jump into it. No. So that passion for the industry, you need to have the passion, because it's the passion that will keep you awake till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning to ensure that you deliver a customer's job. As a passion that will make you to spend the night in the office to make sure that you're able to deliver a client's job. So if the passion is not there, you can't deliver. So that is very, very key. You need to be able to have the passion, because in the print industry, you see, you come across so many things that could discourage you. The fact that clients will not give you an assignment until maybe the dying minute. So are you committed to saying that you're able to get to deliver that thing for them, because the client is depending on you to be able to have maybe a program for his events? You understand that? So it's very, very key. That passion is very, very key. Once you have the passion, then secondly, you need to also know, you need to know about the print industry. Yes. Before I came into the print industry, I've managed several print projects. while an undergraduate, I've done some form of printing business. And then my wife also had worked in a printing company. So that background knowledge assisted us to be able to come in. But even after we came in, we didn't stop there. We continued to learn. We continued to learn about the industry. And that is why we're here today. We started just in 2015, and we've been able to achieve so much that
I can see that.
A lot of people are surprised how we're able to get here. But it's the determination to actually make a difference in the industry. That is why we're here today.
Beautiful. So where do you see Beltina Group in the next 5-10 years?
So our vision in the next 5-10 years is to become the leading print and packaging company in the city of Abuja. We want to provide the best of the best packaging services for all and sundry in Abuja, and not just in Abuja and the whole of northern Nigeria. When you talk about packaging for your products and services, the name that should come to your mind is Beltina.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So can you quickly tell us, like, what are the challenges that Beltina face, and how are you able to, you know, surmount it to make sure that it's being solved in no time?
Well, when we started business, one of the major challenges we had was the fact that despite what we felt we knew about the industry, we didn't know much.
Is that how it has always been in all businesses, or just Beltina?
Well, around this one, this is not the first business enterprise that I've done, but around this one, it was that challenging because you would think you know printing, but until when you step in, before you discover that the industry is so vast.
It's
so that was, so that was really key for us. It was a bit challenging at the onset, but we keep on learning, and even up till today, we keep on learning, we keep on reading, we keep on watching, we keep on learning from the industry, we keep on listening to what older people in the industry are doing and they are saying. Besides that, I think for the Nigerian print industry, one of the major challenges is the fact that a good number of times the lack of the professionals to handle majority of what you're doing. So even when you get the talent, it's always at the crude level. You need to do a little bit of refining to be able to get the talent, to be able to be polished, to work to meet your expectations. And then the fact that a lot of our operations in the Nigerian print industry are not automated is also challenging. We depend so much on a lot of manual way of doing things. If you look at in the US, in Europe, most of the processes that we're doing manually here have been automated already. You have machines that can do those things, but here we still depend on doing them manually. And what then happens is that you have a lot of small errors that come in between.
So more like the poor electronic means of
yeah. Automation is not. We're still lagging behind in terms of the print process automation in Nigeria.
Well,
yeah.
I even thought you were going to even talk about internet being an issue.
Well, internet is not so much of a problem. We've had to live with that. If you ask me around that, that's maybe probably around infrastructure. So those are problems that are generic problems. Power, multiple taxations.
We
all have all those things. So it's not that they are not existing, but I'm also looking beyond those other problems to some of the core problems that kind of affect operation. For example, one of the things that really dealt with us badly in operations was access to Forex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has really affected us because 99% of what we use in the Nigerian printing industry is imported. So when you don't have access to Forex to be able to buy those things, it makes it difficult for you. It then means that you have to buy at the black market rate. And what that means that when you buy at the black market rate, it's going to be on the high side.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, what do? You have to transfer it to the cost of the product.
And you agree to say
yeah, but that's how it is. That's how it ends.
But how do you see it's a case where people tend to actually move their work outside Nigeria to get their production done simply because they don't know if there's something called Beltina Group or other printing media,
like I always say to people, 99% of the equipments that are used abroad, we have them locally. Or let me be very, very conservative and say maybe 80%. We have them locally.
And it will also get the job done just like the way it's been done outside.
Yes.
Really?
So taking your product, like I told you when we pioneered canvas printing, Canon had just launched the machine in April, and we bought it in August. So what's the difference between us and the guy in the US? He has the same equipment, we have the same equipment. You understand that? So why take the job abroad when you have people who can do it here? We have printed for clients in the UK and in the US from here. So if they can have the confidence for us to print for them, why won't you be here?
Nigerians need to hear this.
Yeah, Nigerians that are here, why don't you have confidence in the local printing industry? Because a lot of entrepreneurs in the print industry go the extra mile to get equipments to be able to meet the needs and the demands of clients. For an average professional printer, he's always looking at, okay, what other equipment do I need to get? So that when a client comes to ask for this service, I wouldn't tell him that we can't do it. So we're always, you see, when you meet a print practitioner, he's always thinking of what next machine to buy, because he doesn't want to have that gap in production. So why do you now say, okay, you can't produce locally, you have to go and produce abroad, when we have most of those machines?
Wow. I don't want to be speechless. Anyways, we are still with Mr. Bello here on 7 Initiative. But before we go, I have this particular question, considering the fact that you are an entrepreneur. So I would want you to really advise entrepreneurs. What's your advice? Well,
for one, you have to be patient as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint-hearted. It's never going to be easy. It's not always easy. You have to be extra patient to wait. One of the, like I was telling the group of entrepreneurs the other time at AEA, the challenge with most of Nigerian entrepreneurs is that we eat our profit and our seed.
We eat our profit and our seed.
Yeah. So there's a time for you to keep on investing and investing and investing.
So when is that time? Because when you say eat profit,
it depends on the life cycle of your business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For some, you might start the investment and within 1, 2, 3 years, you have favorable turnover. But for some, it might take 5 years or 10 years for you to be comfortable. So you have to be extra patient. And then it's at Nigerian entrepreneurs are always, we should be open to partnerships. We should be open to partnership.
Just like you're open to Canon.
Yeah, we should be open to partnership. We started using Canon printers in 2017. We enjoyed it. And then by 2018, I think we have changed all our printers to Canon. And we saw the need for us to not just use Canon ourselves, but also to sell Canon to other people. And we applied for the dealership. And we got it. So we should be open to partnerships. Partnerships can go a long way in transforming your business. The reason why a lot of Nigerian entrepreneurs don't go into partnership may be questions around trust or some other things. But I would advise Nigerian entrepreneurs to always look out for that opportunity to secure partnerships. Yeah.
I have just one more question because of what you just said now in terms of production, but not partnership though. But how long does it take you to put up your production together? Like a work of a client, how long does it take?
Okay, well, so it depends on
time now.
It depends on the type of work that the customer is doing. If you tell me you want to produce a business card, I can tell you it can be ready today.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to produce a book, I'll give you a timeline of 2 weeks.
What kind of book or any kind of book?
For example, a novel.
Okay,
because we need to lay out your manuscript.
Okay.
If you want to do a magazine, I'll give you a timeline of 2 weeks because we need to design your magazine and work with you to approve the design first. That will take like 1 week, and then we'll use the other 1 week for the production.
Okay, so keep bringing it on.
So it depends on what you are doing. If you want to produce a canvas portrait like this, I'll give you maybe a timeline of 1 week because we need like 3 days to do the painting to get this effect, and then another 2 days to finish the production. So basically it depends.
So what about logo?
Logo design could take like maybe 2 to 3 days depending on the workload of the graphic designer, graphic artist. If he's not doing anything, we can come up with a logo sample for you maybe in about a couple of hours.
And the design and the bottle water you talked about? Yeah,
so the bottle water production process would take close to about 2 to 3 weeks because first of all, we have to work with the client to do a design. Once the design has been approved by the client, then we now have to do what we call the cylinder. The cylinder is like the master copy. That takes about 10 days to produce. So after that has been produced, then we now go to the stage of producing the labels itself. After we produce the labels itself, then we now cut it, package, and deliver to the client. So when you go to the factory, you see through the process of doing that. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr.
You,
Bello. It's been an awesome time with you here. I wish Beltina Group all the best.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to meet Beltina Group at the top of the top.
Thank you.
And viewers, thank you for joining us on this amazing edition of 7 Initiative. My name is Patience Okai, your host.